Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back today doing my nightly vlog for the past 2 days, a little bit early today. I know I missed yesterday's vlog for you guys and I apologize for that, but I came home yesterday from my mom's house for dinner and my stomach felt like I had eaten something rotten and I had a stomach bug and I still have it now. Like, I'm not as bad as I was. Like, I had no sleep last night at all. I didn't fall asleep into a deep sleep until 5 o'clock this morning, and then I woke up again at 9 o'clock in the morning. I barely got any sleep. My night consisted of tossing and turning, sitting up in bed, drinking water, trying to snack on crackers, brushing my teeth again. It was a really bad night for me. I know I still owe you guys the remainder of my makeup collection videos, but I already packed everything, like finalized, everything's packed with my makeup collection in it, so I'm not taking anything out again. I did that before and I regretted it because everything was packed away nice and tight and then it didn't end up going right away, so I had to unpack it so I can do the videos for you guys. But now that I know we're definitely leaving this weekend, I'm not going to unpack the boxes because that would just create more of a mess for me and more work for me to do closer to the move. When I get to Florida, I will definitely film those videos for you guys because I know you guys have been asking for a collection video, so I will have the rest of them for you. But until then, please, hopefully you guys can enjoy my palettes one, which I will link down in the description box for you guys to click and check out if you'd like. But for today's video, I wanted to do a video based on something that I've been actually going through with a friend. Not me personally, but I've been consoling somebody and talking to them, giving her tips and everything. I'm not sure why everyone comes to me for relationship advice. I don't know. I've only really dated probably 3 guys before Nick, and they were very short-term relationships. So I'm going to give you guys some background on the situation. So a close friend of mine had been with this guy for a very long time. Like, they were one of the couples who in high school you kind of just knew they were going to be together for a very long time, if not for forever, and they were going strong for a very long time. They had their first apartment together, they were discussing a wedding, they're going to get married and have kids and do the whole family thing. And it wasn't just her, it wasn't one-sided. Don't think that because he loved her it was one-sided and he didn't want it and she wanted it, but it wasn't like that at all. At the time, at least, knew they wanted that together. But for whatever reason, a couple days ago, he just decided to show up at their apartment and say, I'm out, I can't do this anymore, I have to go. Didn't really give her an explanation as to why. He kind of just got his stuff and out the door he went. Immediately afterwards, she ended up calling, obviously, her parents first, let them know what was going on, and then contacted me and let me know. And of course, being the friend that I always tell my friends, I don't care what time of the morning it is, I don't care how late it is at night, I don't care. If you need to talk to anybody, please call me. Like, that's just the person I am, because you know what? There have been many times where I've needed that in somebody and I've had my friends do it for me. So why wouldn't I extend that same, thing to them? And she was going through her normal, why did you do this to me? I don't even know a reason why. Everything was so good. Why are guys such assholes? That's the major, the plot line in this video, is why are guys such assholes? Now, when I first heard her say it, I wasn't going to make a video about it because immediately a video idea came in my head. And when I told her that, she was like, well, yeah, I can kind of understand that, but still all the ones I've met have been assholes. So we'll just start there. That seems like a good jumping off point for this video. You cannot choose your family, but you can choose who you date, who you hang out with, who you have as friends, who you have as best friends, who you decide to marry. You have those choices. You are allowed to make those choices. So let me just get that out of the way first, because that is a very big part of what I'm going to be saying in this video. I also want to point out to the young people, like, I am young, so teenagers or preteens, whatever. Those of you who are going into your first relationships, anybody who is living with their parents still, who thinks that they shouldn't listen to their parents when they say that this guy or this girl isn't the best idea for them, parents are the first people who can tell when someone is not going to be good for you. So if your mom or your dad, even your siblings, if all your friends and your family agree that this person isn't the best, they're picking up on things that you should probably look into and actually listen to them, because I learned it the hard way, and I'm sure we have all had those times we've learned everything the hard way. With all of that being said, her parents never liked this guy. They always told her that she could do better, that she deserved better, that she was settling for somebody who just wasn't right for her. And of course, being the person that she is one of those girls who just, she thinks she knows what she wants for herself, and then just starts to settle down with people who really aren't exactly what she would actually go for normally, but because it was a high school fling and they've been together for so long at this point, she kind of just went with it, and they actually started to get better as time went on. Her parents started to think that, okay, fine, he's sticking around, he might be a little bit okay, maybe we can just deal with it. I've always had these feelings about him that just didn't work with me. He was also very kind of sneaky. I found I would always catch him sneaking under the table, texting at dinner, or we'd go out on dates. He'd be kind of antisocial with everybody, and it was kind of just really annoying just because he was just kind of a blob that would just sit there. I think we all knew the relationship had run its course at that point, and I think she subconsciously knew that it was too, or that it had run its course, which is why she was fighting so hard to make it work still. And it was really sad seeing anybody go through something like this is very hard. But I think she finally realized now that, you know, it needed to happen, and it was going to happen eventually, if not now. Better now, I told her, than later on when you guys did get married, or if you got into, you know, when you're both financially invested into something really big, like an actual house, like you buy a house together, and something like this happens then. It's better now than it would have been later on. Just wanted to give you guys that background. I get how hard it is to not feel like that, like everyone is the same as the one person who hurt you. But you need to understand that it's not fair to, you know, the other people who you never know might be, you know, really good for you. You know, any person that you reject after that relationship goes bad may be someone who you might need in your life. They might be someone who's a very positive influence on you, someone who will show you that not everyone is the same. And we all need that one person. I have mine with Nick. I had a very terrible situation happen to me. Before I met Nick, I had been seeing this one guy for quite a while, and we were really good friends before I decided to ask him out and go on a date with him and everything, and we would always hang out, and he would never change his personality. Like, he would never be one person in front of our friends and then be another person with just me. The same person that he was with our friends, he was with me by ourselves. So he would be chivalrous, he'd be funny, he would get along with everybody, he would make friends with strangers all the time. Just seeing him the way he was and the way that he didn't change between a group of our friends and just being with me honestly made me crush on him even more. So one day I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna ask him out and see if he wants to go out with me and be my boyfriend. And I did, and he said yes, and it was one of the best times of my life. I was like, oh my god, this is like amazing, this is like epic. About an hour after I asked him out and he said yes, we were hanging out, and he started to be really pushy with like kissing on my neck and being very like touchy-feely, and I told him that I really wasn't into it at the moment. I didn't want to do that right now. He tried pushing for sex, and he would not stop pushing, and I finally was like, listen, I don't know what you think this is gonna be, but I don't want sex right now, like not today, I don't want it right now. And he's like, you know what, I respect that. He's like, it's fine. He gave me a kiss on the cheek, and his ride had pulled up because he had been in his car fixed or something like that. He's like, I'll see you tomorrow, I'll see you in the morning. So I go to bed, and I think everything's fine. Like, I don't think anything's wrong. I woke up to a picture message from him, and here I thought it was going to be him being cute, like taking a selfie of himself. Instead, I opened it up to a very graphic picture of him having sex with some other girl that same night, with a text underneath the picture saying, I have moved on. I was crushed. Not once after that did I say, you know, all guys are dirtbags or all guys are the same, because I knew that it wouldn't be fair to the guys that I dated next. And look, I met Nick, and I'm happy as a pig in shit. And actually, I had been in a group of people not too long afterwards, and everyone asked me what happened with me and him because they knew that we had dated. And I explained to them what happened, and there was a group of like new guys that hanging out with us and everything, and they're like, well, if you knew that sex was one of the requirements, then why didn't you just give it to him? And I was like, excuse me, because you know what, if I knew that sex was going to be a requirement, I would have not have ever even tried to go out with him, because sorry, I'm not going to do something that I don't want to do just to make someone happy. Like, if I don't want to have sex with you, there is no force strong enough on this planet that is going to force me to have sex with somebody that I don't want to have sex with them. The comments that had followed, they pretty much called me a prude bitch, and they said that I was trying to test him to see how much he actually liked me. I just pretty much ended that conversation by saying that I am not a prude bitch, and I am just somebody who knows what I want out of a relationship, and I just don't feel comfortable having sex with somebody that I just got into a relationship with. Like, to me, if I wanted that kind of thing, I would have never asked him for a relationship. I would have just had sex with him. Needless to say, I left pretty quickly from that get-together. Don't keep yourself from experiencing other relationships. Go out on dates. Go out and experience different people. And when you get out after a bad relationship or a bad breakup, and you actually start to meet good people, it makes you realize that had you just stayed on that negative mindset that everyone is the same, you would have missed out on such an amazing opportunity to meet somebody who actually does care about you, who actually wants the same things you do as far as relationships goals go. I know it might be hard after a relationship, especially a long-term one that has ended recently, and I know it may seem like the end of the world after something like that happens to you, but I promise you, you're going to meet someone eventually down the line. It may be the next person you meet, you never know, who is going to show you that not everybody is going to be the same. Not everybody is like that jerk-off or that really rude bitch who did you wrong. They're going to show you that people actually do care genuinely about people's feelings, and they want to show you that not everyone is the same, and you're going to be so happy that you actually gave them a time of day instead of just sitting in your bedroom writing angry notes and listening to angry breakup music and just being angry towards everybody. Life is not about keeping and harboring in that much negativity, especially when it comes to relationships, and keeping yourself hidden away from the world because of a bad relationship and assuming that everyone's the same is just not fair to you or everyone else who is actually willing and waiting just to meet you. You might be that person's the one. You could be the one for anybody, and as well as anybody could be your the one. So you never know. If there's anything I leave you with in this video, it's to remember to always make known what you want out of a relationship. In any relationship, whether it be friendship or dating, you need to make known what you want out of it. So if you just want someone to mess around with whenever you want, and you want to make sure that they're there when you call, like, hey, come over, let's hook up, make sure you let them know that you're not looking for an actual relationship, so they don't go into this thing and get emotionally invested in it when you don't reciprocate those feelings towards them. If you want to be with somebody and you actually want to try to have a long-term relationship, say it. If you want a short-term relationship, say it. Always make known what you want from a relationship, and always make sure to listen what the other person wants too, because it's not only about what you want, but if you and the other person are in the same wavelength and it actually works out perfectly, good. But if you have a specific thing that you want in a relationship and they have something completely opposite, then there's no way it's going to work out, and you might as well just cut your losses where they are now. Well, I hope this video helps somebody. If it did, let me know in the comments if you have any other tips to make known to anybody who might be going through something bad like my friend is right now. I'm hoping that with time, obviously, she'll get better. She's already starting to joke about it a little bit. It obviously still hurts, but her way, she's just like me. We like to make jokes about things that kind of hurt us in the past. So she's getting into that point now. But if you have any, suggestions or any stories you want to talk about, what you've gone through with bad relationships, and you want to talk about it, leave your stories, your questions, your comments down below, any tips or tricks or anything, and how you got over anything. And I will see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.